Gross.
Scott Gross, is that his name?
Scott is out in L.A.
I work fast and I'm a dealer. I write and direct. Yeah, that guy's great.
But none of them understand that, like, Cleveland is a bombed out third world hellhole.
I go on and on.
Well, that was tremendous fun.
The cat hair apocalypse. Baby, it's like Mad Max, but with cats. Like
Cat
Apocalypse.
For being on some chill shit. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. Oh Lord.
Hypocrisy and nonsense.
It's a combination of stupidity, incompetence, preening, posturing, and fraud.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to That Drawing Show. We're going to have a fun day today. We're going to try to build on what we started yesterday with Michael Mattese's force drawing method and work through some real examples and get some real practice in. So let's try to take a quick look at what we're talking about over here. We started yesterday looking at the force drawing method, which is a philosophy, an approach to figure drawing and to understanding what you're doing when you're drawing and what you're trying to do, and really a strategy if you ever go to a figure drawing session to try to approach the session and be productive there. It's different than, for instance, capturing the outline of a figure or plotting out a figure using, a grid system. It's different than that. It's a system for drawing that is very much in line with what we do as caricature artists. So it's something that I think is worth studying as a caricature artist, but also as somebody who's just interested in a higher understanding of drawing and what drawing is all about. Today we're going to look at some examples that we can try to practice using the method. And yeah, we're going to try to redraw a drawing from before. If we go up to our thing here, we started off with this guy. And you know, it may be the case, folks, that I'm a lot better artist when no one is watching than I am when when people are watching. So what we're going to try to do is duplicate these type of results, and also I'm trying out some different camera placements. So bear with me if it doesn't work out 100% well. I'm trying to give you an idea of what we're doing here. Give you as much of the paper as possible, all right? You might say, didn't you have this set up before? I did have it set up before. I really did. I don't know why it's different. The slightest movement throws the whole thing off. Okay, so we're going to try this guy again. We'll come back to him, maybe. Or maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should look at this one. This is what I did a moment ago. And I'll tell you how I did it. And then, yeah, maybe we'll do it again. Now that I can see all the things I'd rather have done differently. I started off up here. And that, I think, was a good idea because I was able to sort of just get work, you know, get the motion going. And sometimes in a drawing, it's good to start off with some big, deep, hard strokes just to prove to yourself that you can do it and get over the fact that you're actually here. And it's go time. It's almost like in a basketball game, I would feed my star player a dunk early in the game just to get the taste of the rim, and then you can get into the game and the nuances. But yeah, get a couple hard dunks in early. So I might have even focused more on silhouette out here. This is good, and this is sort of now where we're talking about balancing the rhythm and getting into the forced drawing method. One of the things that Matesi talks about is how the rhythm of a piece is almost like a slalom sometimes, like you're skiing down a mountain. And here you do want to balance out this curve and start to establish some rhythm in these forces, you know what I mean? This force is pushing out this way, and this force is pushing out this way, and there's a line of symmetry I'm establishing here in the middle, and you want to have balance there. This, in my opinion, is in a way an example of some bad rhythm because it's just 1, 2, 3. It's very repetitive. It would be better if following the figure, following the model. I'm going to zoom in here. Hold on one second. Let's zoom in on this guy. Yeah, if you look closely at the this is question of context switching. Okay, very good, very good. And we're going to make every mistake. Oh, here we go. If you look closely at the face here, there's a big curve here. There's that, and I was even pushing it, this way and this way. Fine, but one way or another, there's one. You know what I mean? It's a lot more interesting than 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2. You know what I mean? And the difference between those things actually makes a big difference, I think. If you really want to capture this face, it's really, to me, about the interplay between this, which is really kind of here. And this, which is one tooth long, you know? And then maybe you could say that the hair on top is that third dimension. Laid over the top. These are the forces that are sort of affecting the outline, but they affect the overall shape too. I mean, what more is there? There's his nose popping forward in the Z. We're always talking about drawing in the Z, so there's that. This is fairly flat. His eyes are inset a little bit, but that's more about just capturing those shapes. You know. Let's see if we can go back to this. Yeah. Let's draw him again. With that in mind. And again, we're going to be pretty assiduous from now on about not using the underdrawing. Results be damned, because that was like a real blunder of the last gig, that I didn't keep my commitment at all about the underdrawings. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we've made the important moves up there. I might not be giving him enough credit. I should probably be extending this out over here. Maybe. Okay, that's probably better. I just wanted to have that rhythm represented. I probably just ruined it by adding the extra hair layer, but maybe this does pop enough. And then the idea back over here was the jawline. The forehead here. And then, you know, this is going to be that cheekbone. One thing that Matesi does talk about is not, and this is with regards to like his figure drawing approach and what you do when you're in a figure drawing session, is not be totally obsessed with a consistent outline that goes around the whole figure. And especially in our work, the idea that you can't work the inside until you finish the outside is, to me, insane. Okay. There's something going on here with the hair that I'm obviously not capturing. This guy has a very characteristic lower kind of tooth line. It appears to have, you know, kind of a reverse Bugs Bunny, you know what I mean? Okay. As you can see, I'm brutal on these markers, and you will go through a lot of markers drawing the way I do. You might go through your rotator cuff too, drawing the way I do. But I want the drawing to look like a certain way, and I feel like you can't draw gently and make it look that way. Which is not to say, again, I don't really admire artists like that Deidre who do draw gently. But I mean, my gosh, could you imagine me drawing gently and then like talking the way I do? Especially at the gigs, I'm making fun of people, you know. And people are making fun of me too. Like, that's the thing. You can't draw gently and be heckled mercilessly like the way I am. No, the nose is all over the place. You see it. It's not good. The nose is not big enough. You see, I boxed myself into a corner there by putting that so big. I talked all that about not doing that, and then, you know, I boxed myself into a corner. This should have been probably more out like this. That would have been left more room for the nose. But overall, this is, I think, better and funnier than before. Let's try it one more time. All right, let's talk a little bit about balance. Here, I do want to sort of balance this so that I can not repeat the same mistakes over and over again. I'm talking about that crest of his hairline. Not, you know, I'm still going to kind of do this. I just blew that one, right? Blew that one. This marker's almost had it, believe it or not. It doesn't show up quite so bad on the screen. Trying to do a little bit better job with the silhouette here of the hair, because he does kind of have a bell-shaped deal going on. I wanted to try to capture that. Not really. Alright, there's been no variation in line quality here. It's one of the problems already with this drawing, is it's just so heavy. So that's already a problem. Let's see if we can go a little bit lighter on the inside and map things out a little bit better. This is clearly the hairline. I'm sorry, the brow line. Let's make sure we have that.
I don't like that music anymore. Mind if I close the window? You can do better than that, can't you, baby?
Now that I've looked at the guy's nose a little bit more, I can maybe draw it in a way that's a little bit more funny and more accurate. I don't know. One thing I'd like to do with this drawing and, you know, in subsequent efforts is to pay attention to the idea that, like, in the skull, you know, the teeth are like this, right? But there is like a slant that way for the bottom of the jaw. You know what I mean? It's not on a line. It's not on a line. It's this way. So why not, you know, make sure that this is slanting in Z, negative Z, you might say. You know what I mean? Slanting in to the figure. Let's see if we can do that. Just trying to push it back that way. I a little bit misjudged that, but that can be rectified. Here I'm not emphasizing the beard, let's be honest. I'm not making it about the guy's beard. I think this is probably the best of them all so far, right? I think it's the one he would like the most. He'd be like, why did you make my nose so big? Of course. But in terms of what we're trying to achieve, yeah, this is a little bit off, right? This rhythm is a little bit off. This is too big. This should be maybe here, and this should be here. But we're getting to where we want to be, I feel. We're getting to, like, something that looks okay. Let's keep going. We're going to we'll take a quick break. I will try to address some of these issues, and, you know, with the camera here. See if we can address some of these issues with the camera, and we can keep going. No, I think that's okay. The problem is we got to get you over here. All right, we can address some of these issues with the camera. All right? Address some of these issues. All right. I think that's about as good as we can get. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll come right back.
Apocalypse.
I've been in this a long time. You know, I've been hit with everything, the hardest stuff. When this is gonna pay off, and I think it's time. Now it's time.
Apocalypse.
On sight. On sight. Cap.
Apocalypse.
For being on some chill shit. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. For being on some chill shit. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. Oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we can really get it, we can go for it. Oh Lord. Cap.
Apocalypse.
On sight. On sight. Cap.
Apocalypse. Apocalypse.
On sight. On sight.
Apocalypse.
I've been in this a long time. You know, I've been hit with everything, the hardest stuff. When this is gonna pay off, and I think it's time. Now it's time.
Hello, friends. We're back again. We're going to be continuing with going through these drawings and trying to not make a hash out of it. I don't know if it's clear what I'm doing because I'm not really talking a lot, but what can I tell you? If I was good at talking constantly, I would have started a live stream 20 years ago. What I realized about myself, though, is that a lot of times I like to keep my thoughts to myself. And it's been a crazy thing to be performing live and try to entertain people and verbalize while I'm drawing. Because most of the time, I'm happy to not speak when I'm drawing. That's one of the nice things about drawing, is that you can you have a quiet activity. Anyway, here's another guy that we can attempt to go to town on. Obviously, he's giving us a big smile here, and let's try to not blow that. Let's try to keep the smile big and not focus on anything else. I don't know. It almost seems like the this is slightly. All right. I almost feel like it's a little bit. That the Photoshop is a little bit stretched horizontal. Does that make any sense? It's a little bit too horizontal, but let's not worry too much about it. Let's just focus on making a nice drawing. No, it's stretched too much vertical. It's too smushed. I tried to address that a moment ago, and I don't know if I was successful. You know, this is a great example where forced drawing or no forced drawing, I think you're better off not trying to go too straight off. A guy like Damon probably could draw this straight off. All right, let's try to draw it straight off, and then we'll try to draw it the way that I would draw it. Let's try to draw it straight off. Straight off, I mean like a purely front-facing shot. I would rather draw this guy in a 3/4 type of deal. I'm sure he's got a big point in it. The thing about this Edding 500 here, this bad boy, is that if you're going to use it, you got to be real deliberate with your strokes. I think this is kind of true of all chisel tip markers. If you're going to use it, fine, but go after it. Don't dither at all. There's just no time. The marker is not your body mechanics, and the marker tip shape is not designed for dither. One thing I'm conscious of when I draw people with glasses is whether or not their eyebrows are above or below the glasses line. This guy, the eyebrows are very clearly below the glasses line. That's part of his look. All right, those teeth are a little bit all over the place, but I really don't have patience for teeth. I'm going to have to come up with some kind of accommodation for that. You can see I barely have patience for the beard. Okay. I'm assuming this guy's hair is pulled back in like a ponytail or whatever. Yeah. Now, this is another one where I feel like I said, I went straight ahead, and even, oh my gosh, even though I'm happy with the drawing, it suffers in exactly the way I kind of knew it would from a lack of definition in the Z. Like, this guy's nose is probably long and pointy, and when you're doing a straight-on shot, it's very difficult, even if you play a fast and loose with the nose like I did, to capture that. Trying to throw things selectively into shadow to make the nose pop. I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does on the camera. The camera does seem to be a very high exposure. I got the gain up very high on the camera. I got so many darn cameras here that the gain is up very high on the camera. And maybe too high. Okay, let's try another one the same way, but I want to tilt the guy's head a little bit. You know, one of the things we talk about on the show is the idea of drawing in the Z, and the idea that, like, every face is going to occupy, obviously, some Y and some X. Yeah, see, I got this contrast up so high, you can't see a damn thing. Hold on one second. That's better. I think that was a quick fix that actually may work. Okay. You know, we're always talking about the X and the Y, right? But there's also the Z dimension, you know what I mean? Coming at the viewer. And if you choose to present the face straight on like this, how are you going to do that? That's why we use a 3/4 shot, is so that we can start pushing features forward, so let's try that approach with this guy. It encourages also a little bit more exaggeration. It's like this guy's forehead and hair aspect is massive, but it's not like that interesting. And maybe he does have something pulled back. And shouldn't we be highlighting that? Ooh. That was a mistake. One thing about working in the Z is that you do have to think. You have to think ahead of time. I'm less inclined, I guess, to work on the outline when I'm working in the Z because, after all, the head is back here. I'm trying to work in the foreground. Hurrying through this, sort of. I'm just going over this because the marker was so light. You know, this paper I'm using does not allow me to go up any higher than this. I think the drawing is a little bit better. I think we're on the right track. I think we should keep going. Let's take another break and see if I can find some paper that actually will fit. I'll be back in a moment. All right, everybody. Very, very good. I hope that came across good. I have a feeling like that break may have been difficult to listen to because I had dual audio going. I hope it wasn't too bad. Okay, this lovely lady is going to be our last drawing of the session here. There's a little bit more going on than just a face. Let's try to capture this attitude and see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. There's a shoulder here. There's sort of a roundness here. This comes over here. Okay. Kind of playing with opposing forces here. This force, that force. Let's figure out where we want the hand to be. Somewhere like here. Kind of blew those knuckles there. I put her wedding ring too low. The wedding ring should be up here. Oh boy. Anyway. Oh yeah, I keep getting stuck on the edge of my binder clip there. Okay.
Eine kleine Nachtmusik came to you in the transmission of Radio Berlin International, the voice of the German Democratic Republic. Last item on tonight's agenda, the true face of imperialism.
Too thick. This was a mistake. Here we go. That was a mistake. That should have just been a light line. Now we're really boxed into a corner. Yeah, that was a big mistake. Anyway. Pay attention to that eye shape and how deep her eye is set into the well of her socket there. Yeah, not perfect down there, but one of the nice things about hair like this is that you can use black to fix your mistakes later on and create a nice silhouette, which is what people are doing with their faces anyway. It's not like you're not following their lead. This is way too much, though. Obviously, it's no good. Anyway. I don't know. Obviously, we could fill in a floral print down here. But not really. This is very bad. All right. What can I tell you, everybody? It's been another fun episode here on That Drawing Show. And if anything, we've proven that you can do the same drawing over and over again and still not get it right. But no, I think we did apply some of the force drawing principles, and we are making some progress. The drawings are confident looking. I don't like how they look, but at least they look like I want them to look the way that they look, which is not true. It's a shame being a faker, but at least I'm getting something out there that looks confident and deliberate. And that was part of what we were talking about with intentionality and force drawing. At least I am capturing some forces and making some things move around the page and capturing life and making it live again in your eyes. Not quite doing it the way I want to quite yet. But anyway, thank you for tuning in and happy drawing.